and this is my channel, Stitch and Gem, and I'm back. It's been about 3 weeks, and I've had my wedding anniversary, and I got to visit a needlework shop. I also have a start, a finish, and some whips. So as usual, I'm going to jump right into it. But first, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. I've had a boost of subscribers here recently, and I just really appreciate everybody who is now watching and has subscribed and liked and all the things. I also wanted to say thank you so much to all of my returning subscribers. You guys are great, and thank you so much for coming back week after week, or time after time, video after video, and seeing what I'm stitching on and all the stuff that I've purchased. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so I'm just going to jump in. Like I mentioned, I do have a finish for now. I also, as you probably saw in the opening little slideshow, that I did finish God Bless America by Plum Street Samplers, and gave that to my LNS, and now I never have to think about it again. It wasn't that big, and it shouldn't have taken me that long, but it is done now. So for all of my returning viewers and subscribers, you guys know how much that project plagued me. So it is done, and like I said, you'll probably see it in the opening slideshow. So my other finish for now, it's finished as far as it can be, is my Fox and Rabbit Cloister Garden. And she's big, so I have her on this board here, but I am stitching this on 40 count Sleeping Bear by Needle and Flax, and I'm using Sage Leaves by Stitchy Stuff, and they are on Etsy. And I just love how this is coming out. I had gotten just a smidge behind because I had to do some frogging, but she's back up and running and looking great, and so I'm so happy to be caught up on her. So that is my Cloister Garden, and it's kind of hard to see the true color of the floss and everything, but it is slightly variegated. And maybe you can see that there. So I am excited to have that all caught up and ready, and I'm sorry if I shook the camera just now, and I'm going to put this back in its bag just so I can use this board for my other big project. That is one of the 3 year-long sales that I'm doing. This one is put on by Fox and Rabbit, and they have a Facebook group. It's the Fox and Rabbit Mystery Sale Facebook group, and you can see everybody's progress on theirs and how beautiful everybody has changed. Everybody's changed the colors and done all the things, and so I'm, you know, please join the Facebook group if you get a chance. So that is the only finish I have. I did also have a start, and this start I'm doing with my friend Jerica. She's Daybreak Stitcher on Instagram and on YouTube. And we saw this chart, and we both love yellow, and we both love the Artsy Housewife. And so we decided to start To Remember You. I love the Artsy Housewife, and this is the only one that did not have a very, very intricate border. This chart is charted in Roxy Floss. It does have a DMC conversion, but I went ahead and did my own conversion to Classic Colorworks, and I do believe it's on my Instagram, but if it isn't, then feel free to reach out to me and I will give you my color conversion, but I just matched it according to the Roxy Floss. So I think I did an okay job there. And this is on 46 count Mason linen, and it just said dark. I got it from StitchCon. So the main thing I wanted to do is get that rose in, and It's so vivid and it's so stunning. Kind of wish you could see, yeah, there kind of, you can see the different pinks in there. But I just thought this fabric was perfect, really matched the cover photo, and so that is my start on To Remember You by the Artsy Housewife. And I'm going to get back to that one. I'm going to get the stem finished, and then all the rest of the chart is in that gold color, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that like come to life. My next WIP is a big one. It's also one of my year-long SALs. And SAL stands for Stitch Along or Start Along, however you want to use the acronym. But this is a Stitch Along for me with my friend Audrey from Stitch Stitch Bead. And she's big. This is Tong Uffindell, and before I show you her, let me show you the chart so you know what I'm talking about for anybody who's not familiar. So Tong Uffindell is by Hands Across the Sea. Oh, this is perfect. And this is the finished sampler. Audrey has broken down this chart into 12 pieces so that we can finish it in a year. We're both about a couple months behind. That's okay though, we're gonna finish it. So we do, you know, 3 flowers and then a part of the chart. And I believe Audrey has gone from here to here, or she's here, I believe. And I have gone all the way down. I am stitching this on 40 count Cafe au Lait by Zweigart, and I'm using all of the call for Soie d'Alger. I think I popped a couple of Vicki Clayton silks in there as well, but for the most part it's all the call for Soie d'Alger. And so since you saw this last, I have got these 3 flowers complete and all of the border that goes along with them. I finished this motif here and started trying to move this grass that goes all the way across along, and got this flower in. I know you can't see it's hard to see the white pop, but it does pop in person on that little flower, and I mean on that little tree. And everything in this chart is so unusually gorgeous, and it's so fun to stitch. You can really get into a rhythm on it, and even this gets real repetitive. You can just go along and load up some needles, and that's what I did, and just went along just to make sure that you've got all your spacing right, and you're making progress on it, because it does go all the way across. And so the next thing I've got going on for this one is the berry bowl here, and bringing this across. Of course, there's a line of one color that goes all the way across the grass, and I'm just going to do all at once. And then I'm going to start on, as I go, I'm going to move on to the motifs in the big berry bowl, because it's a lot of colors and it's a lot of stitching. And then I'm going to put more flower, and I'm going to put 3 more flowers in. So I've been consistently working on this this month, just trying to get back in the swing of it and get caught up. But she's a big girl, so it'll probably take a little bit. Aren't those flowers so pretty? So that is my Tong Uffindell. And she's really, really big. And she's got a lot of over 1, so that's the reason I decided to stitch her on 40 count, because I'm already going to struggle with the over 1 and the padded, like there's like some embroidery, or I don't know what it's called. It's like a padded satin stitch that is in this chart, and I just think it'd probably be best if I stuck to 40. So that is my progress on Anton Uffindell. And so fun. Okay, my next year-long sale is put on by the Sunshine Stitchers, Cecelia and EJ, and they have broken this up into 12 pieces. Just, you know, they've done it to where it's going across motifs and things like that, but instead my friend and I, my friend Gina, broke this up so that we are doing complete motifs for each month, and we have it kind of broken down up top there. On this one, I'm doing Big Blue right now. And I am behind because I should have Big Blue done along with some other things around it and starting on another one of the Quaker motifs. So here is my progress on Put a Bird on It. And I really love the way this looks. I took this to StitchCon and a lot of people were interested in the color I was using. It is like a tone-on-tone type situation. It's really, really pretty. And I'm stitching this on 40 count pyrite by Cedar River Linen. And I'm using stitchy stuff on this as well in a color called Butterscotch. And Big Blue, I have 2 of the 4 quadrants done on Big Blue. So she is getting some love, but once Big Blue's done, there's really, all the other motifs are really manageable. So once I get her done, and so I'm looking forward to having 3 big finishes by the end of 2025. And then possibly not doing as many big year-long sales next year, just so I'll have more freedom to have new starts and work on a bunch of other things. My Whip Go call for last month was the same thing to both Whip Go calls. So both numbers called for Sarah Pew Over 2, and that is by Needlework Press. We got it at summer school last year, and I want to have this done by summer school this year. I am not doing this version. I am doing the over 2 version, but it's very similar in look to this. It's just all over 2, whereas this is all over 1. This is all over 1 in the original chart, the chart that's on the photo. And the chart that's over 2 is only the chart. Boop, boop. So here is my progress on Sarah Pew Over 2. And I am so happy with how much progress I've made. So all of the green, for the most part, in the border is done, except for like the stems and the flowers that go right along the stems. The bones are definitely done. I've gotten all of the top motifs done in the bottom half, and then I just need to put the pot. See this gorgeous blue? So I'll need to put that on this side, and then I've got this on this side. There's another one here, and then there are 2 flower motifs here. So not a lot of stitching. I am stitching this on 46 count Brea by Needle and Flax, and I love it. And I cannot wait to show Vicky this chart, this finish, when I see her in August. So that's my Sarah Pew Over 2. And it's glistening here. It's really hot. I don't know if it's just hot in my house or hot here in Oklahoma, but I am warm, per usual. Okay. And then my Whip Go calls for this month, were Many Mansions and Sally Spencer. And I got the privilege of being the floss tuber that was asked to be the guest floss tuber on Sarah's Stitchy Spots Zoom today. And so that was so much fun. I got to meet so many new people and see their gorgeous work and get a little stitching done. So I worked on Many Mansions by Annie Beez, and I just did this entire like straight chain stitch that's right above the words. And I need 5 days on this, so I will work on this for a few more days, and then put it aside and work on something else and bring it back out and make sure I get my 5 days in on it. But this is my Many Mansions, and so this entire, like I said, I'm using the Vicky Clayton silk, so my colors are a little bit more, some are more muted, some are a little bit ghosty on camera, but you can really see them in person, like some of the letters and things like that. But this is my Many Mansions. I'm stitching this on 40 count Athos by Tropical Stitches, and I've never used their linen before, but it's really nice. There, it's not as ghosty there on camera, and it's like a grayish color. It's really nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And those, whew, are all of my whips and my finishes and my start and all that good stuff. It doesn't seem like it's that much stitching, but it's a lot because they're big and dense stitching and all the things. So I do have some haul, and I think I'll start with my haul from Cecilias Samplers. So for my anniversary, I went to Branson with my husband, and we went to the Needleworks store there. I'm going to put this up because this is the bag they give you. Cecilias Samplers, and here's all the information in case anybody wants to take a screenshot. I have never seen so many beautiful, unique samplers like I saw at Cecilia's, and you saw some of the pictures of this shop in my intro screen, in the intro slideshow. Gosh, so I wanted to start out by showing the most unique thing that I got from Cecilia's, and I can't wait to wear this at summer school. I just thought it was really cool. But it is a part of a sampler in this cute, has these little sewing and beads, and of course you guys see the yellow, and look at that. Is that not so cute? I just love it, and it's actually stitched, so you know, it's really cool, and it was really affordable, so I got one of those. They were on sale, surprisingly. And then they had these little project bag sets, and I know what you're saying, I don't need any more project bags, but this is a set, and it was kind of an unusual project bag set. So it has this, and it's the, and I just thought it was so pretty. And then it has this, and I like it because I think, I don't know, like this little strip here, I feel like you can stitch on it. Either way, it's a good accessory bag for 103s or anything like that, because it's a pretty good size. So I got that. Then at Cecilias Samplers, they had as many silks as the attic. So where I've bought almost all of the yellow silks that I could find. I decided to go a little bit more muted and get some different ones because I didn't have these. So I got these 3 like butter yellow. You know, this one has all different. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? This is Winter Moon. This is Moon Rose. And this is Tattered Parchment. So I had to get those. Put those in my collection. And then, like I mentioned, they had some of the most unique samplers I had ever seen. And I mean, you guys don't have to kind of figure this out, but this is by Erica Michaels. This is the Russell Sisters, Russell with 1 L. And this is, now let me see, this is Isabella Russell, and this is M. Russell. So I just thought those were so different. So I got those. I know this isn't unique or whatever, but I didn't have this Blackbird book. Shall I come to the to a summer's day? And it is all based on this Adam and Eve sampler, but I just really love like the funky roses, and I loved this pillow, so I just went ahead and picked that up. I love, this is not new or unique or anything, but this is Sewing Tomato and by Erin Elizabeth, and I think I'll just stitch this because it's so cute. That's like the best tomato I've ever seen. And the whole chart is so cute. So I got that. And then they had an entire collection of Exemplar Dames Design Company samplers. I have never heard of them. I have never seen them. And I was very excited to, now these are charted in DMC and MPIs, and this person is in South Carolina, or was, and this is called Forgiveness. I loved this. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, please. It's very big. It's extremely big. It is 271 by 396, but it's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. And so I got that. And then I kind of, you know, moseyed on over to the fabric because, you know, we all need fabric, and saw that they had Lakeside and quite a bit of it. So I got a quarter of Vintage Exemplar. And I don't want to take these out, but it's going to be so hard to show the color. That's a little bit true. So I got Vintage Exemplar. I got Vintage Fawn. I only got a quarter of this as well because I have some regular fawn, so it wasn't too much of a difference. Now, I did get a fat half of Light Exemplar. Oh my God. And this is the one that I went crazy over. Probably should have got a whole yard of this, honestly, or whatever they had. And I will take this one out of the package just because you've got to be able to see the color. Yeah. This is Navy Bean. And it's, oh my goodness. It's really good. So I got a half of that. And so I don't know how many people who are watching this have been to Cecilia's or heard of it or whatever, but go call them and see what Lakeside they have. She said they get Lakeside regularly, so I did get on their mailing list and call list. Anytime they get any new in, I'll get some. So that was great. And then I did have a stitch day at my LNS, and this is, she had a lot of these threads by House of Embroidery, and she was no longer going to be carrying these because of it was going to be too much because they're from a long ways away. So I'm just going to show you. I got several skeins of this. It's pearl cotton. Excuse me. And so I got these. She was getting rid of them for $2 a piece. So we all picked up some of our favorite colors. Pair of random scissors. I'm not really sure why I haven't put those up. And then I thought, why haven't I seen this? Why haven't I stitched this? I mean, I don't know, but I just saw it and I was like, that is so beautiful. And I purchased that. I'll put this here. And then to go with my pearl cotton, somebody suggested that, you know, Prairie Wind Primitives has a lot of embroidery like that's already printed like this on. And I just thought, oh, you know what? One day, whenever I actually do any embroidery whatsoever, I will get those in. And it looks like it's just like herringbone stitch and like, you know, there's a lot of easy ones that I could do in there. So I thought, okay, I would love to have this. And it's a year long, and then look at the little bee. I mean, there's just so much cuteness in this. And it goes throughout the year. So I thought that was cool. So I bought that. And then this really is for no reason. But I got, I think a yard, half yard or something of this because I just thought it was so pretty. Is that not so cool? It's just like a different fabric. Don't even know who it's by. Local Honey, HeatherBaileyStore.com. Never heard of. But I just thought that'd make a cool project bag and it would be different. So I picked that up. Because my LNS is also a quilt shop. So that always becomes a problem. And then I know a lot of people signed up for the 103 Club through Hobby House, but I got my first installment of my 103s for June 2025, and look at those colors. I don't know why I was expecting it to be like a gradient of one color, but it wasn't, and I was very, very pleasantly surprised. There we go. So I got those. Love that. So I could build up my 103 stash. I also got my June Floss Frenzy from Fat Quarter Shop. And it's Pebble Pecan, Pelican Gray, Peony, Peora Purple, and Peppercini. So got those. And same with Floss Fix from Fat Quarter Shop. We're in the peas. Pickled Beets, Pine Needles, Pink Champagne, Pink Posy, Pixie Dust, Plum Paisley. Super pretty. And then for my gassed floss of the month, I got Evergreen, Geranium, Fisherman's Wharf, that's a cool gray, Forest Glade, and Flax. And that's a great like golden, like muted purple, muted yellow. So I got all those to add to stash there. And another club that I'm in is put on by the Silver Needle in Tulsa. And we get a quarterly installment, and this month's installment was from Erica Michaels, I believe. Let me just check and see to make sure that's right. Yes. And so we got this cool bag, which I really love this bag. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just neat and it's nice. And it was nice to get. And then we got this these Cherish charts, and all of the charts are in there. We also got the perforated paper and all of the finishing stuff and all of the floss and a needle. And I cannot stress this enough. This club is fantastic. It's so great. I squealed when I got this chart because I just thought it was so fun. And I'm not even a perforated paper girl, but I could see, you know, an easy finish, you know, with the perforated paper, and, you know, they've stained it, it looks like. And so really great value, really good deal. And so I got that. And I'm in a Fabric of the Month club from Garon Stitchery, and it is the Seraphim Neutrals club, and I got 40 count brittle brush by Seraphim, and that's the color. Is that not gorgeous? That's a great like golden color. That's like a sampler gold for me. So I got that. Can never have too much fabric. And then for my final piece of haul, I got my Hobby House spring box that they do. I got the one from last year as well. And so I don't know who all has received their box and who hasn't received their box. But if you haven't received your box and you don't want to know what's in it, I will say that this is the end of the video anyways. So, but I am going to show the contents of the box, and I am going to show this box because it's phenomenal. And so here it is. Here is the Hobby House Needleworks spring box, spring mystery box. And so in the box, we got some Room and Linen Mist. Hawaiian is the, so I thought that was cool. Then we got some mints. And we got a nice little project tracker here with the same like beautiful so we got that. Then you think, okay, that's all really nice stuff. We got a little Saju floss holder. And here is the chart. I will just let that soak in because when I saw this, I squealed. It is so beautiful. It is so absolutely beautiful. And I love it. And as much as I love the chart, I was also extremely happy to know that we got the Gloriana Luminescence 100.3s. So these are full skeins of these two colors, and these, you know, are enough to where you can do everything you need to do in the sampler. And then the fabric for the sampler, you could choose your count, and I chose 46 count Thornfield. But it's just gonna be really beautiful. And so that was the Hobby House spring mystery box, and it did take quite a bit of time to get here, probably because of the luminescence. I think they're more difficult, a little bit more difficult to get, and that's okay. It was worth the wait. So that is everything today. I don't have any quilting or anything like that. I do have one more thing that I want to do in this video, and that is to give away a gently used, sometimes yelled at chart of God Bless America by Plum Street. If you would like to stitch this chart, or if you would like to win this chart, please comment below America. This is a love-hate relationship, and I am just glad to say that this is done, and it will be at my LNS so that I won't analyze how many crazy probably mistakes there are in this chart, but that's okay. it is done. And so if I'd like to pass the stash because I never really want to, you know, see this ever again. So if you would like to win this chart, comment below America. Don't say win, don't say giveaway, don't say all the things. You have to be over 18 and all that good stuff, and you have to be a subscriber, and you know, do all the things. And so that is it. That's the video, and I just want to thank everybody so much for watching, and I will see you hopefully here in a couple of weeks, and happy stitching. Bye-bye.